What is going on, everybody? Strongdad here, or as I hear a lot of times when I go to the warning shows, Papa Fuerte. You know, I love it when I go to the shows and people come up to me and they're like, Papa Fuerte or Strongdad. I love watching your reaction videos to the warning. That's happened so many times. And you know what? There's a show coming up here in Phoenix in probably about a month and a half. And so I plan on bringing my camera. I'm probably going to live stream the whole show, but I'm also going to walk around before the shows and after, just maybe saying hi to some people, maybe, you know, getting them on camera a little bit for my video, and then, you know, I'll go to the merch line, things like that. But I love it, and I love to meet you all. So if you're going to be at the show in Phoenix on May 6th, U-Fest, make sure you come up and you say hi. I would love it. But anyways, I am back and I am going to do a reaction to the warning. Now, we're going to be doing a reaction from their Mexico City show, and this is going to be one of my favorite songs. Believe it or not, I've never done a reaction on my channel to Disciple. So now, bear in mind, when this first came out, I watched the entire show in its entirety, but I have not watched the release here of Disciple that they made public. So let's go ahead, let's switch over, and let's enjoy the show. Now, I will be stopping throughout the video. Just going to tell you that in advance. I'm going to put the full video down below in the description. So if you do want to watch that, I recommend that you go over there and watch it. But anyways, let's switch over and let's watch Disciple. Okay, first of all, the mix of this show is the best mix I've ever heard of the warning shows. Ever. The light show, the stage, everything. Brian, that guy who did all the lighting for the shows, simply amazing. I know that I told the girls when I watched this video that this showed all of us that when the time comes that they are ready for the big shows, and this just showed it completely. I am so jealous of all of you that were at this show. Simply, you guys, Mexico City, I'm jealous. You guys are amazing, and all the people that went there, traveled there, simply jealous. Now, one thing that I noticed is when Danny does her mute at the beginning of that, I love the way she goes, and that allows her to just kind of play with the crowd a little bit, and she's kind of doing it over the top. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm going to have to go back and look at earlier Disciple videos to see if she's always done that live, or if maybe I know that she picked up a lot from like Lizzie, just how she interacts with the crowd, and she does it so perfectly here. Very simple, just a very simple thing. Normally a guitarist, when they're playing, they're going to mute just like that, or they'll palm mute it, or they'll go like that, but I like the way Danny does it over the neck. That allows her to just kind of move around, you know, and point and whatever, and express herself more. Just love it. So anyways, like I said, I am going to be stopping, giving my thoughts. This is an incredible show, you guys. Let's go back just a little bit.
The sun is your enemy today. Have you heard the news of the world isn't ending? It's starting again, but all the non-believers, they keep on pretending. Sun is your enemy today. You'll have to look away from the face of your vices. Embrace them instead. Welcome yourself into the new modern crisis. Oh, 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 oh.
I'm so glad that they got an amazing mix on Pau singing the lead parts. Sometimes it's either too loud, it's either too quiet. The mic is like giving off some sort of wind, stuff. But this is such a fantastic mix of her vocals. And the bass, Ale, her bass mix on this is phenomenal. That's one thing I love about The Warning is a lot of times with bands, the bass player's just kind of in the back, just kind of providing some little fill. Not Ale. She is dominant in the music that they play. You hear her bass throughout, sticking out, and I love that. And maybe that's a trio, maybe that's a three-piece thing, but that's something that always stands out is she's not afraid at all to just be out there, have her bass out in the front, loud as ever, and I just love it. So anyways, I was just wondering, I know Pau has said before she doesn't like to be that high up on the drum riser. And I can kind of see why. She's just really like disconnected from her sisters here where they can't really Ale a lot likes to go up and just kind of put her foot up and then just play like beat away from Pau, but she's not really able to here. But the energy is still there, believe it or not. But anyways, let's go back. Okay, I've got to stop there. Just so many things that I noticed just in that little part, that little interlude. Number one, I noticed that Pau must have, she's got the Ableton going along with a lot of the, the song itself, a lot of, the small backing tracks, different things like that. Probably not the click, but she's got triggers that she can stop and she can restart. I know with Ableton it's a little bit, I don't know if it's that difficult. I think she's probably has two pedals, one to turn off or to stop it and one to restart it. But right there during that part, you can tell that they just give Danny some time to get the crowd kind of singing, and they're getting into it. And then you can see a part, I'm going to back up a little bit. You can see a part where Danny puts the mic back on the stand, and she looks back at Pau, and I think that's her saying, okay, let's start it back up. You know, of course, they're still going to the click, the metronome, so all Pau has to do is hit it again, and it'll give an intro to go into the song again. And it's not that noticeable, but now that I pointed out, you might see where Danny kind of looks back at Pau, and that's just her acknowledgement of let's get it going. Are we ready? And then Pau starts it. And then this goes into one of my favorite parts of the song, where Pau's doing that snare, you know, building up to it. Coming in, and then Ale's got that part where she goes boo boo. But if you notice, every single time that Pau is into it so much and into even that part, watch her on her drum throne, her drum seat. Every single time on that part, she goes. Like, you could tell she's into that boo boo, and it gets back into the song, and they start driving it home from that point. So let's back up a little bit, see if you can notice those little parts of kind of the ad lib where Pau has released the tracks from going, the stems, and then see if you can see when Danny looks back at Pau, and then also watch and see how Pau reacts to that boo boo when they go back into the song. Every time she does that, and I just love it. It's one of my favorite parts of the song because it shows me how much into the song and into the writing of the song she truly is. So let's back up. I want to make sure we get it all, so I'm going to back up a little bit here. Well, this is a reactor's dream because they stopped it and they put that blank space in there, so no, ads pop up or anything like that. But I rewound that like just in time. I rewound it just to the point where Danny was looking back to Pau to start the track again, to start the stems again. I don't know if you guys caught it. I might have not taken it back far enough, but extremely, extremely cool videos. This whole show, I could watch over and over and over and over and over again, and I haven't because I do want to still keep it fresh for if I do reactions. Love this show. I cannot wait until they can put this kind of production out there on their own when they tour, because now we know they can. But everybody out there, I just want to know your thoughts about Mexico City, your thoughts about, are the girls ready for shows like this, for doing sold out 3,000-4,000 seat auditoriums back to back? I know they've got a long ways to go when it comes to America. Come on, Americans. Come on, US. And I know that they've got Europe coming up to introduce themselves, and hopefully that's going to be huge. That's coming up in June. So I'm just excited. I'm excited to do The Warning. You guys know how much I love this band. Anyways, everybody out there, stay strong, stay safe, and most importantly, have a safe and wonderful rest of your day. Bye, everybody.